The ultimate guide to boatless bank catfishing. Catch more and bigger cats right now. Okay, let's start off with finding and targeting the best catfish hotspots of where you will catch more catfish every time. We always want to be looking for areas of heavy submerged underwater structure like fallen trees, sunken logs, deep holes, drop-offs, and ledges and rock piles. Catfish are often found hiding out there during the day and then will move into the shallows at night to feed more aggressively. Also, river bends, creek mouths, any areas with thick underwater vegetation, and of course near dams and spillways like this that have deeper water, lots of confluence, and debris collection is where catfish lie in wait for prey to come by. These are all catfish havens because of food abundance, where the flow and turbulence of the water stirs up the beds, dislodges small fish, insects, and critters that catfish love to feed on, and typically has more oxygen-rich water that will attract cats and lots of other aquatic life. Of course, catfish are ambush predators, and all these ledges, rocks, and crevices provide great cover for them. And the flowing movement of water also creates current seams and eddies where catfish can conserve swimming energy. And there's temperature regulation where the water in dams and spillways and rivers tends to be cooler in summer and warmer in winter, which makes comfortable hiding spots for catfish all year round. Topic 2 is my fave, and it's all the various baits we can use to catch catfish. And for every 10 we mention here, there's probably another 10 or more that you have used successfully to catch them too. Now is a good time to remind you to please like this video, leave us a comment with your favorite baits, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you stay updated with all the latest tips and tricks and tutorials that we post daily. So let's cover the absolute best baits that will catch every species of catfish with whiskers. Catfish are not finicky eaters. They have voracious appetites and will swallow just about anything they can fit in their mouths. First up, live bait, which is always going to be any fish's first choice of food since it's what they eat naturally every day. Live worms, minnows, shrimp, crayfish, insects, crustaceans, mussels, live bluegill, shad, and skipjack are all going to be the top favorites of channels, bullheads, and flatheads. And blue catfish, among others, go crazy for large chunks of cut bait, of shad, herring, and even smaller carp too. Fresh cut bait is amazing when the blood and insides create an instant scent trail in the water that can bring cats exploring from about 100 yards away. Just always make sure that using live bait or cut bait is legal where you live. And two of our absolute favorite baits for channels and bullheads in ponds and smaller lakes and rivers is always going to be chicken liver and frozen cheese-filled hot dogs. Chicken liver is an all-time favorite from its bloody and protein-rich texture, and cheese hot dogs from the combination of fat, protein, salt, and cheese. And the real hack for using chicken liver is to stuff it in a pair of pantyhose if using nylon's legal where you live. That way you can cast it out into the deepest holes and it stays together really well. And when us men go to the local store to buy hosiery and the store clerk gives us a funny look, just tell him you're going catfishing tonight with bloody, messy chicken liver, and her questions are all answered. And we keep the hot dogs frozen for the same reason. They stay on the hook better and allow you to get a far cast off. And some other really great options to catch catfish in any condition is using old rotten chunks of leftover chicken or turkey, raw, oily, and fatty bacon, and commercially prepared stink baits that are specially formulated to release a strong and pungent odor that all catfish will flock to. Okay, now let's go over the most popular catfish rigs for bottom fishing, as they are bottom-dwelling scavenger hunters. The most common and simple rig to keep your baits right on the bottom is a modified Carolina rig. You just attach a fixed or a sliding sinker to your main braided line, followed by a barrel swivel, a fluorescent bead to protect the knot, then your leader line or main line tied up to your octopus circle hook with a good strong uni knot. Next is a Santee Cooper rig, which is the same as a Carolina rig except it adds a peg float 4 to 6 inches up from your circle hook to keep the bait suspended just off the bottom. And that's very useful when you've got a very rocky, sharp bottom or extremely dense vegetation that's going to snag up your hook if it's sitting right on the floor. And next is a 3-way rig, which is predominantly used for drift fishing, out in a lake in deeper water on the boat, or river fishing in very deep current. You just get a 3-way swivel, tie one eye to the main line, then tie about 12 to 16 inches of leader line with your octopus circle hook. Then the other eye gets a shorter 6 to 12 inch section of line that you're going to tie your 1 to 2 ounce sinker on. That's all you need to go fish for catfish anywhere you go. Okay, in order to catch the perfect catfish, whether you're after channels, bullheads, or the big blues and flats, you have to think like a catfish. So this section's all about understanding the catfish's behavior and habitats so you can always tailor your fishing techniques and strategy accordingly. First is knowing that catfish, like lots of other fish, prefer to feed in low light conditions. So dawn and dusk and during the night are always going to be the prime feeding times for hungry catfish. It's when they're most aggressive. And catfish have an extraordinary sense of smell and taste. That's why they have whiskers or barbels and thousands of taste buds spread all over their body. It's how they find food and prey at night or in murky or dark colored water. It's one of the reasons why the catfish is called the swimming tongue. Okay, now that we know where to find our catfish and what to feed them, let's now cover the right gear and equipment that's crucial to making sure you give yourself the best chance to catch and land a monster trophy cat every time. First and foremost, you got to be using a very strong and long 7 to 9 foot rod that has a very solid backbone for being able to fight the very strong and bigger catfish, and also the longer rod length is going to allow you to cast out farther into the deepest sections of the lake where the biggest fish are going to be hiding. And you want to pair your rod with a larger spinning reel that has a good drag system and a larger line capacity so you can spool at least 150 to 200 yards of 50-pound braided line so you never get outgunned. Why 50-pound braid? Because we're always catching monster snapping turtles on the bottom when catfishing, especially if you're using live baits. A 50-pound snapper is going to snap any line that ain't strong enough for the job. Okay, thanks for watching, folks. We hope all these tips, tricks, and techniques are going to help you catch more and bigger catfish from the bank next time you head out. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and fellow fishing enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all of our fishing tips and tricks that we post daily. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button before you leave, and don't forget to enable your bell notifications so you never miss another great video coming your way.